Hello. It has been about a year since I started this channel. I've definitely done more than I thought I would have by this point, so I figured why not make a sort of retrospective on the channel, talking about how I made the channel, what happened over the course of the past year, what I plan on doing in the future. So, let me present Casual Backtracking. To start off, let me talk about streaming. No, not the first stream on my channel, but a different streamer, Fred the Monty Mole. He was a channel that I'd been watching for a few months at the time, and I saw he was planning on streaming the Kirby game skip footage for a video he was working on. I checked it out, and it was pretty fun. I had liked the idea of streaming, and seeing someone who was just starting their own streaming career gave me the idea to start streaming myself. So I gathered a few people to check out when I went live for the first time, by shamelessly promoting myself and stealing people from other communities. And I started streaming on May 12th with the best game ever to be created, Link: The Faces of Evil. Definitely an interesting way to start the channel. In around June, I found out one of my other friends was also a streamer, Kelpin Plays, and we decided to do something together, which ended up being Terraria with Jeff Bezos. On that same video, I got a collab request from Sandella, and although I was a bit hesitant at first, we ended up collabing on a few things, including, ironically, another Terraria video, so, you know, everything comes full circle there. And that kind of brings us to today, where, as of the time I'm recording, I have around 88 subscribers. Pretty good considering my only real goal right now is to hit 100. And now, to blow out the runtime to about 10 minutes, I'm going to talk about some things that were important to my channel in the first year. Starting with... my editing style is a mixture of highlight video and video. By that, I mean a large majority of my videos were taken from streams and just put together into something around 8 minutes with a few edits here and there. Nowadays, I'm trying to steer away from stream highlights because it's just kind of hard for me to turn it into something more in line with video format, and I can usually make more entertaining videos out of recorded sessions instead. But I do have plans to turn some of my streams into YouTube Shorts, since those can use some of the funny parts that I want to show on the main channel without having to make a full video. To better illustrate how I feel my videos turned out, I made a sort of tier list ranking my videos so far. I don't want to go into everything in detail, so I'll just rank my top and bottom 3 videos. If you want to see me talk about it in more detail, I'll make a video about my reasonings for each entry in the future. The third worst video is the second Sonic Adventure DX video. Compared to the first one, the second was just lackluster. Aside from that one joke that I reused for the thumbnail, there wasn't much going on, and I don't think it was as good as I could have made it. Second worst is the fourth Final Fantasy video. Now, this video is a combination of a lot of problems. First off is that Final Fantasy VIII was just not a popular stream series since it was just something I wanted to do. I don't regret streaming it by any means. I enjoyed it, it just wasn't too popular. And the video itself was very forced. It was back when I felt I had to make streams out of every video I did, and it just turned out poorly. And of course, the #1 worst video on the channel. I think we all know what that one is. But let's avoid just talking about the negatives. I've picked out some of my favorites too. The #3 best video, in my opinion, is the second Dark Souls 2 video. Dark Souls 2 is my first ever Souls-like, and that went about as well as expected in the first video. But the sequel is when I actually got some help and managed to make some progress. Not only that, but that was the video I actually started putting music over gameplay footage, and after that first video I've been trying to continue doing it because it just helps make the video more entertaining. #2 is actually 2 videos, both of the Left 4 Dead 2 with mods videos. The first 2 were incredibly fun to film and even more fun to put together, and I'm very proud of both of them. I had wanted to do mod videos for a while, and it ended up turning out much better than I could have hoped for. I'll definitely make more videos in the Just a Couple of Mods series in the future, as they're just fun for me to record with friends. The #1 slot is the Terraria video with Sandella and Minddrive. Apart from the fact that we had a great time recording it at 1 AM in the morning, this video probably has some of my most high-quality edits to date, and it generally has some of my favorite sections in any video I've done. Now on to the memes. We've had a few memes during the first year, from the Discord server, link in the description by the way, having illegal and Gen 4 Twitter, to the YouTube streams getting Throw the Chow and Mugman. So I asked my Discord with a big poll of most of the big ones, and had them vote on their favorites. #3 was illegal. It's had a bit of a history, from being an inside joke, to a joke rule, to a swear word preventing emote. But it's grown in the community to be a meme in and of itself. #2 is, in a surprising turn of events, Michael Jackson. I was honestly surprised and grateful that he didn't make the #1 spot, considering how much my Discord likes to meme on him. But that just leaves the question, what was the #1 slot? Apparently it was Jeff Bezos. I'm not sure why, I guess people just really like story time with Jeff Bezos. And an honorable mention to Steven the Heeghoog, my original Sonic character, Don't Steal. The Discord took quite a liking to him, and also just straight up took him, but that's a different story. To keep this video from just being a bunch of subpar top 3 lists, I do have a couple of other topics I'd like to talk about. And speaking of community input, let's talk about that. The community input section of the Discord has definitely been one of the most influential parts of the channel. Essentially what I would do is I'd post a question with a few options, and people would react with what they wanted to see more. I'd ask about videos, potential streams, changes to the server, etc. It's basically a form of the YouTube community post, just with less absurd subscriber requirements. No! Oh. I guess I'm a bit behind then. Transitional sentence. Let's talk about music remixes. I've always liked messing around in music software, and one day I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna remix Tears of a Dog Ninja from Rhythm Heaven DS. I don't know why, but I just did. After a while, I posted to my YouTube channel on a whim, and I started doing more of them. The other remixes are surprisingly popular on my channel, to the point that the TikTok Clock remix, the one that's playing right now, is about to overthrow the immortal Michael Jackson video in terms of views. Most of my remixes have been created from me saying, I'm gonna remix the Brinstar Overgrown theme from Super Metroid. Screw the Fangora remix that I'm halfway done with and could totally finish within a week, but I'd rather forget about it and make an arguably more complex song. And it just turns out so much better than if I had actually wanted to do it. And speaking of failed projects, I've had a lot. Most of these are just a combination of lack of motivation, focus on other videos, or I just couldn't make it into a good video in my opinion. Stardew's summer highlights is probably the best example. After making the spring highlights, which was 8 hours of footage that I had to cut down into a 15-minute video, something that ended up terribly underperforming, I just didn't feel like doing it again. Another thing was Minecraft minigames with Sandnella, which would have been the first appearance of Sandnella in a video, if I had made it into a video. It was terribly uncoordinated, and most of us just made Among Us jokes for the first 30 minutes. The memes were still a thing back then, please don't judge me. I had recorded myself playing the Google Doodle Championship, that little Google Olympics minigame set that they had a while back, but I legitimately forgot that I wanted to make it into a video, so I kind of didn't. My bad. Portal 2 highlights just didn't happen. Don't ask, I don't know. And now for the big one. The secret project that never got completed. The time I played A Hat in Time for the entirety of December. It was a part of a challenge me and my friends had where we were gonna play one game for the entire month, and I recorded myself playing it because I thought, yeah, I can make this into a video, but I got stuck on the script, so it just didn't happen, unfortunately. Now for something I didn't fail to get off the ground, Twitch. I streamed on YouTube in the early days of the channel for 2 reasons, convenience and bad computer hardware. I didn't have the foresight to save the original Wand of Gamelon test stream, but trust me, you would agree that I made the right choice with YouTube streaming. However, by February of this year, I had good enough hardware to run Twitch, and it felt a lot smoother than YouTube streaming. Who would have thought that a dedicated streaming platform would be better than a majority video sharing site with stream elements? But anyway, I've been slowly moving streams over to Twitch for the past few months, even adding an extra day to my schedule, and I've gotten about 30 followers as of the time I'm recording. A far cry from my YouTube sub count, but at the same time, pretty good for the first 3 months. The next thing I want to talk about is the name of my channel, Casual Cap Skips. It was an old idea I had back when I was planning on being a speedrunning channel, just focused on casually running games, learning how to get better at them, etc. And then I realized that was just easy speasy. Not that that was a bad thing, I just decided to do different stuff with my channel. Unfortunately, I couldn't think of anything better at the time I started streaming, so I just stuck with it. But I've decided to switch it up. Now presenting the name I will be going forward with for the rest of my YouTube career. Yeah, it's just the same one. It's not changing. I tried coming up with different name ideas, but nothing really stuck. And to make things harder, I created Kaz on the same stream I was trying to come up with names on. He's this little ghost mascot character who I absolutely adore, but he just kind of further cements my name as Casual Cap Skips. So right now, I'm not too worried about it, but don't be too surprised if it changes in the future. Next thing I gotta say is just thanks. I started this channel just as a hobby. I barely expected to break 25 subs in the first year, much less 80. Building this community centered around me playing games on the internet has just been really fun. So, just thanks for being a part of this first year and helping me get more accustomed to putting myself on the internet. Regarding the future of the channel, I plan on doing more of the same. If anything's gonna happen this next year, it's that I'm gonna branch out in terms of content. I plan on making challenge videos talking about things that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. I'm just really looking forward to seeing what'll happen next year. But that's about all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and in the meantime, farewell.